Welcome to your Monday mood for the week of July 6th through July 12th. Make sure to check out Mystic Moon Night Owl. Grab your tickets. Come hang, meet people, fellowship. That's really the goal. I mean, yes, we're turning 6, but I really just want people to find like-minded mystics and people that are interested in the things that you are probably interested in watching this video. So there's going to be awesome vendors, live performance by Neela, who is one of my faves. And it's glow in the dark vibes. So we're gonna have fun with that. We're gonna have meditation, and it's just gonna be cool and chill and fun. And so come find your people at Mystic Moon Night Owl. I promise you will have a good time. All right, so this week we have a pretty chill astrological kind of vibe. Mars moved into Gemini last week, right? We're in Mercury retrograde. Jupiter's moved into Leo. And we are having Venus this week move into its sign of detriment in Virgo. So Virgo and Venus, even though they start with V's, they don't really get along with each other, okay? They are not a vibe. So Virgo is in its fall or detriment in Venus. Venus is in its fall and detriment in Virgo. It doesn't like it because it's exalted in Pisces. So it lives it up in Pisces energy. But in Virgo, it struggles. Why? Because Virgo is very detail oriented, needs to have all the information and wants to understand things, and why is it like this and why is it like that and how can we make this better, and it's very critical of like needing to improve things or refine things. And Venus is about beauty and just like going with the flow and just like the organic, existence of the body and of the vibes. And Virgo wants to plan, organize, and make sense of everything. So you can see how those two things kind of clash. So as Venus moves into Virgo, you might find yourself being a little bit more critical of your partner or your connections or your work ethic or what you're producing. So just be mindful. Give yourself a little grace. Don't be too hard on yourself, because that Venus in Virgo is not going to help you. And then the Mars in Gemini, we have all these thoughts going on and these ideas. And then Mercury is retrograde, which means it's ruling both of those transits, because Gemini and Virgo are ruled by Mercury. So we're having this very kind of weird soup of energy with Mercury being retrograde. It's affecting more than just Mercury energy. So just be mindful of that, y'all. If you start to get overwhelmed or feel like pressure, just like take a breath. It's gonna be okay. That's what we're going to need to do. July is jam-packed with lots of things in that regard, which also just I got reminded in my brain, Neptune goes retrograde on Tuesday, which it retrogrades every year, so it's not like the biggest deal, but it is the first time that it's retrograding in the sign of Aries. Neptune has to do with how we perceive the world around us. It has to do with our creativity. So Aries energy is about the self. So once again, you might find yourself viewing yourself differently. What you've been working on differently, you might start to feel more critical about it. Just take a deep breath, get grounded. You know what you're doing. You know that it is coming from your heart and your soul. So just keep on moving in that direction. Keep on swimming. Shout out to Open Sea. And don't get frazzle-dazzled, okay? We're just gonna keep it calm, cool, and collected. That's gonna help us, all right? So let's get into the tarot. Remember, Mystic Moon Night Owl tickets are available now. Those early owl tickets. So come hang out with us. Come meet new people. It's just a social event, and I'm super excited. I'm super grateful. I'm super just looking forward to it. So I really hope to meet a lot of new people and see a lot of familiar people. July 31st, Friday night vibes. Okay. What is the collective energy for this week of July 6th through 12th? Anybody that sees this? I'm always asking Spirit to connect to our higher selves. Give us the messages that we need for our greatest good, for us and everyone else around us. And so it is. the Hermit, Virgo, reverse. So this week, this reverse Hermit, this Mercury retrograde, Venus moving into Virgo, there's something here about remembering that we have to be in connection with others in order for us to feel fulfilled in our purpose or in our goals or our truth, even, right? Like, we can be very self-oriented and like come to that center grounded point, and we need to do that, but we also have to be willing to share, and we have to be open to opinions and ideas of other people. And that sometimes is also how spirit gives us messages. So I feel like this week is really realizing that we can't keep everything internal, because it can drive us crazy. And we can start to second guess ourselves and get in our own way. So sometimes it is a good idea to share what you're thinking, to share your feelings around something, because that perspective, right, can help us kind of find that center and feel like, okay, cool. Okay, cool. I do that all the time, y'all. I be talking. Imagine that. And it helps me understand where I'm having a block come up, where I'm like Virgoing myself and I need to get out of my way. So with Venus moving into Virgo, we're all going to be in that space of maybe Virgoing ourselves. So we need to talk and not keep it in. That's why the Hermit is reverse. A reverse Hermit is coming down from the mountain and joining the people. And like, hey, this is what I learned up there. And then other people are like, oh my God, yeah. Or like, maybe you were by yourself too much and you need a little reference point, okay? Let's see what's on top. The Three of Wands reverse. This makes sense, right? So in order for us to move forward, Three of Wands is about executing something, moving forward, the horizon, what is next. We might have to check in with the external world in order for us to get a temperature. Like, okay, this is resonating, this isn't, maybe going back, maybe refining, right? Virgo and Venus, maybe refining things, but not being critical of ourselves. Just realizing that if we want something to continue to like have momentum, other people carry that forward. And so this to me feels very much so like we have to be willing to be expressive of our feelings and our thoughts and our ideas in order for us to continue to kind of find that flow and that continual energy to keep going. It's not always safe to keep it internal, because that can create this like ruminating, and then we get stuck, and then we get frustrated, and then we doubt ourselves, and the next thing you know, the whole thing is trash and we throw it away. When in reality, we just needed to like talk to someone about it, or share, or like go and do something to kind of get that idea out of our head so that we have more perspective around it. And that goes into Neptune going retrograde. Neptune is connected to the Hanged Man in tarot, and it's about perspective change. And when it goes retrograde, it's also going internal, but in the same sense, it's saying like, we have to bounce that off, right? We have to realize that we can't always get the right understanding of something within ourselves. It doesn't always work that way. We need external input. And it's funny because I find myself doing that a lot with my partner. He and I will like share things with each other about each other. And I think it helps both of us have that perspective of, one, we're not alone. And then two, like, you know what? That is how I am. And I can own that. And I can sit in that and not feel so blocked by it. So I think that's what this week is helping us move through some of the blocks that we may internally feel by externalizing our ideas or doing something that like bounces our energy off of another person, so that we can feel more refined in our approach and how we are kind of existing. So that is your Monday mood. It's so funny when I'm doing this, I'm like, is anything I'm saying making any sense? But I sure hope so. I'll see you guys next week. Remember, Mystic Moon Night Owl, go check it out. Tickets are available now. It's gonna be a vibe. You are invited. Everyone is invited. Your friends are invited. It is going to be a beautiful event, and only more beautiful by you attending. So see you guys next time. Bye.